Back with another SEO slash UX slash whatever I want review of an ecom website. So my previous ones have all been of a similar level. So I looked at some organic competitors and this one kept popping up. Thomas Pink, luxury shirts designed in London. So just thought I'd have I've not, this is the first time I've clicked on the website. So let's have a scoop, see what's about. I always look at site structure, key signals. I've not crawled the site, can't really see any technical issues or anything like that. I mean, they won't all be relevant, but I prefer to just look at it from using my sort of knowledge and experience and see what I'd change, if anything. So it looks like it's a pretty big brand, but they are they're trying to capture non-branded search and non-branded demand. So people who are landing on the brand for the first time, discovering it. Oh, what's this? And then going through the buyer journey, maybe comparing it with other companies. Well, because the meta title for the homepage is luxury shirts designed in London, it's looking positive. They're not just disregarding brand growth, which a lot of big brands do. So we've got the hero image, black tie shop now. It's a little bit more subtle than I'd hope. And then we've got featured links, varying rows on the homepage. Featured links. This looks a little bit off. Is there any way they could shorten one of these just to make it a bit more consistent? There's a lot of wasted white space there. I do like this though with the different featured links and categories. I'd be intrigued to see if these are all men's. Yeah, these are all men's. I mean, looking at the menu, we can see that they do sell women's shirts, but there's hardly any categories compared to the men's section. But I think just to show a bit of variety, I'd add a women's ones here. So women's shirts would be a collection. It's good to show an array of different what you offer basically. If you do women's shirts, mention it. If you do a different style of shirt or whatever it might be. I mean, do they do anything apart from shirts? Belts, pocket squares, accessories. I'd 100% have accessories as one of the featured links there because at first glance, obviously the main nav's there so we can see it, but if someone doesn't really look at the main nav as much as they should, then we'll be like, well, they do ties and bow ties, but I bet they don't. They might not do pocket squares and all that sort of stuff. So I'd just have a broader accessories ones there in the women's. So keep your featured links as varied as possible is my suggestion. Obviously, take into consideration which are your best-selling collections, but keep them varied. So we go down. Always positive to see products for sale on the homepage and not just different categories. We want to see a bit of a sneak preview of the buying experience before we actually go into a collection. So to be able to see the pricing, the colour wheels underneath, the carousel, the dynamic images that change when you hover, this is all positive. And the link into, I'm guessing, well, obviously the best-selling products. Bit of a strange one. I expected this bar to move across. Maybe it's my mouse, but is that just a layout thing? Can we scroll? No, that's not great. I'd remove this bar if it's not got any functionality. Let's see what happens when we choose a different colour. Does it change the image or does it take us to a variant page or just a normal page? Let's see. No, it changes the image. I mean, I prefer that as an option. There have been ones in the past that I've analysed and you click on the colour and it takes you to the varying URL or it'll take you to the static primary product URL. Um, I prefer it where you just click on the colour, changes the image dynamically. You get a sneak preview of how that colour looks on the product, and then you can click through if you want. I don't. Obviously, we want to shorten the number of steps before purchase, but there is a point where users will be like, I only wanted to see what the colour looked like. I didn't want to actually buy it. Just Hold your horses a bit. That can happen as well. Bit of a colour clash there. Definitely change colour of that collection. Shirt bundle, all accessories. I haven't mentioned accessories, but I'd definitely put that as a featured link and get rid of this white space as well. More products. So when they say shirt bundle, is it only one shirt? How's that? I'm just wondering how that's a bundle. Part of our shirt bundle offer. When shirts are purchased in multiples of three, a discount of 30% of. Right, that's not very clear from my perspective. Like, I want to know, maybe here, I know they've got a few value propositions in the top banner, but I'd prefer to know, what does the shirt bundle entail? It should say buy three, get 30% off in brackets there. I've no idea what that means up until that point. I'm like, yeah, you can probably bundle shirts and get a discount, but you need it in writing. It needs to be clearer. It could be that you buy, this is a bundled product, so you get three shirts in one product. It could be that as well. But that definitely needs to be clearer. And there's a product that doesn't have the shirt bundle tag there, so not too sure why that's popping up. Maybe an error with tagging or something like that. And then going down to the address. Big fan of adding details like this of the near the footer. Just gives that unique element to the business. This is a real business. They have a real store. They have opening times. It's not just some drop shipper who's chucked up an e-com store and Shopify default template and Dawn theme in 2 minutes. It is a real business. This will always give more credibility, EAT, all that sort of stuff. And they've got a few collections down there. Again, more varied. Guides, location and currency. So they've got value propositions here. Enjoy 30% off. I mean, they've got shop shirt bundle, enjoy for. Keep that static. I don't like dynamic value propositions in the top banner. Enjoy 30% off with our shirt bundle products. Keep that as it is. Store locator, currency changer. Right, let's have a look at the main nav. So if we go into bundle, there's a ton of white space there doing nothing. There's an image, featured image, and then there's an internal link to shop shirt bundle. This could have copy explaining what the bundle is, shift the image over to that side, reduce the size of the menu. This is not helping anyone at the minute, really. New in, yeah, you'd expect that to just be a collection page. It doesn't really need a drop down, to be honest, and it's not got one, which is fine. We've got a faceted nav, so we can select photos. There we go. Finally, one that I've reviewed, and it's actually got the numbers in the bracket, so you can see how many products within each filter. So there's 9 shirts, 8 braces, 7 gloves. A ton of them don't do this, and you're like clicking on a filter, and then there's one product. You're like, well, pointless clicking on it. You can even change the layout style from grid to 3 grid to a 4 grid. I mean, that doesn't really. I'd want to see a bigger shift in layout if I can change it myself. Go from maybe like one image underneath to a grid. You don't need to go from a 4 to a 3. Type, style. Okay, so there is ones with one. Colour, interesting. Cuff type, sleeve length, fabric, pattern, weave. Let's see what happens when we select one. Type, shirts. Dynamically changes the page. Parameters are edited and it takes you there. This is what I prefer. There's no point, in my opinion, selecting filter and then clicking apply. You don't need to do that. Just if someone's selecting a filter, the only reason the apply is more beneficial for UX is when you're selecting multiple filters. Because if I'm like, right, okay, I'll look at braces and I'll look at it's changed. You've not even got a chance to select the multiple options and go, all right, I want braces in red and all that sort of stuff. Just hang on. That's where the apply might be more beneficial. Again, ton of white space there. I don't know if it's just because the size background's white, it's more prominent, but get the text aligned horizontally so it's across and we haven't got this giant gap. Right, let's have a look at men's shop all. That's preferable as well. I like it when you have a drop down in the main nav and you can see shop all straight away in the category. Because if like I'm a man just landing on this website, I might go, oh, I might just look at every product, see what they actually do, rather than going in the main nav and going, oh, I'll pick trousers. But just having a shop all option works really well. I'll change that to shop all men's shirts. Get the men's element in there, like get the full mid-tail key phrase in there. We've got ideally we don't really want a scroll bar if possible. Obviously, it depends on screens and displays, but if there's not a scroll option, it fits really nicely. That is preferable. A couple of featured collections here. That works well. Again, shirt bundle. We need to know what it means more consistently. So let's have a look at shop by fabric, twill shirts. Men's twill shirts. That's pretty good for a H1. Read more option. No need for a read more option if they just spread the text across there for a start. Lots of variety as well, which is positive. So they're showing different colours, different fits across the top four. It's not four black shirts that are slightly different. It's not just sorted by the best sellers. We want to see as much variety above the fold to prevent people bouncing and going, oh, I'll just go to someone else. These only really do black twill shirts. Let's try women's classic fit. Women's classic fit shirts. The H1s are optimized really well. The meta title, don't know if you can see them or not, is women's classic fit shirts. Pipe, then Thomas Pink. There's definitely been an SEO consultant working on the site. Working well. There's not many copies. A little bit overly optimized, I'd say. They mentioned classic fit 4 times, 3 times within like the first 50 characters. I'd say that's a little bit over optimized. I think mention it once or twice and explain what it is and why Thomas Pink's classic fit is different to other classic fits. A couple of featured collections there. Try tailored shirts. Again, that read more so pointless, isn't it? It's like it only gets an extra sentence in there. Just align the text across. Breadcrumbs look optimized pretty well. Let's have a look at some other breadcrumbs. If we've got white shirts, let's top me down a bit. Men's white shirts. No, they've definitely the structure of the website is done really well. It's benefiting the user. Google's crawlers find it really easy to understand with a simple subfolder structure. thomaspink.com/UK/men's shirt/white. Really easy to understand. There's just a few little bits that I tweak. But yeah, in general, pretty good.